or this is subject to change. People can change in the next couple of seconds before we get underway. Yeah, split strategies, it's probably going to be a one-stop, maybe a two-stop. Two sets of mediums and a hard, or just medium and a hard in any combination. There's no point in me splithering it all out. I don't know who else voted, but I voted for myself. Don't you love it? 4, 5 red lights. And we are underway. Not a bad getaway for our leader in the Red Bull. We just have a quick look at all the tires. Everyone stayed the same. Raiden's losing out with Asuma having a little scrap. Asuma, Panda looks like he's ghosted, which isn't the greatest thing for him. Gonna fight for the Ferraris. Never mind. Quit sends one massively on one of the lads who has to go off the track a little bit. And both Ferraris will take P10 and P11. There was yellow flags. I think it was just between Baja, but nothing serious. One of the lads now getting back ahead. Chiz and Mr. Cooper fighting. Bunch of fighting near the back. To be expected. Mischief, Raiden. 1 second clear. I think Panda is not in. So he will need to get him back in as quick as possible. It's Alfie. 10-second time penalty for gaining 1 place after corner cutting, which is not good one bit. Look here, Barnesy pretty much is going to guarantee himself through. Closest battle on track at the moment is for P10 in this massive train. One of the lads looking to get back. A quick pig absolutely slams him in the rear. I don't think the Alpine got damage from that. I don't understand how, because he's absolutely rear-ended him. Barnes 2 seconds is the gap to the top for Nafi behind. If Nafi can clear him, pull away, catch up to his teammate, that would be a good recovery from his unfortunate grid position. As Panda is just not back yet, he's going to fall all the way down, which is quite annoying. I cannot get him back in, I don't believe. That is the one issue with everything. Baja, first 3 seconds of the day. As I think Panda's trying to get back in. But we're going to have a look up here. Nafi got past Barnsley as well. Now it's the question of, can he catch his teammate without bringing everyone else with him? Answer's probably going to be no. As the only gap seeming to form is literally the ones at the front of the pack. Chief 2.6 seconds. You got Woody almost inside DRS range of the RB in Izuma. Aquila now. He's now gotten past Barnesy. Aquila looks like he's burning. He looks like he's going to get past Nafi as well. And does quite cleanly. Now we're just going to look behind us. Alfie picks up 3 seconds. Barnesy gets past Nafi. And now Nafi's going to just have to probably stay in this train and look like he might only get a top 5 finish. Quick pig. Both Ferraris 3 seconds. Alfie has a 10-second for gaining a place while corner cutting. So that is going to hinder the reserved for the day. One of the lads, is he looking for a move? He's just gonna. I think he's just gonna sit back. This is pretty much the closest on-track battle. Is Panda in? Yes, he is. He has a lot of work to do to catch back up to where he should be in this race. The real fun starts around lap 7. Star says. I think the real fun's already started, in my opinion. You got top 4 pulling away. You have everyone else staying together. It's quite nice. The real fun will start whenever the mediums become very, very bad compared to the hards, which isn't that long. Panda, that's not how you're meant to take that corner. Oh, never mind. That was just EA connection. Aaron picks up 3 seconds. We're gonna go on board with the man in 4th place in the championship. The man 7th place today in the race. Doesn't look like he's gonna get past Barnesy or Aquila anytime soon, which is just gonna hurt them, as the whole top 4, none of them have DRS. So just pure place is all that's saving them now, as UK Ryan joins the 3-second party at the back. Panda's up to P9. He's gonna need to catch this train of 4 cars. Out one of the lads overtaking him. Baha! Another 3 seconds. We have Mr. Cooper. I think he's coming in the pits for what tires? Does he need to change a front wing? Yes, he does. Not good for him. Appreciate anyone who follows this stream. Is tier 6. We're 6 laps in. Caution, sector 1. Safety car. What has happened? Baha is out. Is what has happened. In sector 1. And that causes the first safety car of this entire season, I believe. Cooper having this maintained thing. I believe everyone on the mediums is probably just going to take this free pit stop. Yep, Red Bull's in. Suma in. Woody's in. Raiden's going to continue. Aquila's in. Barnsley continues. Aquila 10-second pit lane violation. Alfie gains another 3 seconds. Panda stays out. He's the only medium guy to stay out. Where is he going to filter into all this? Just behind Zuma. Obviously Cooper will stay out, but he is quite far behind, having pitted a lap ago. Lap 7. Anyone who's underfueled, very, very lucky. Cooper picks up a 3 seconds. We'll actually have a look of the penalty scenario. Look at penalties. Alfie has not served that time penalty. Aquila just pitted. He picked up the 10 seconds. Alfie has a 10 seconds for corner cutting and gaining a place. Everyone else is 3 seconds. Alfie will have 6 seconds after the penalty's gone. You have people who haven't pitted. Top 3, 6th, 7th, 9th and 10th. So half the people have not pitted pretty much. Pretty fine. And now we just get to sit and relax. Which makes me differ. Has anyone changed their mind? I think Mist might be the favourite here to win. 2.5 on the hards. Well, you binned it. Assuming you just lost the rears on exit of this chicane right here, I'd imagine. You lost it right about here. That is unfortunate. Got wing damage lap 1, but went too deep and lost grip. That is not. Went straight into the exit wall. That is not good at all. It's not good at all, Baha. Unlucky. Your luck has not been the greatest at all this season. Hope it only gets better. At least you get a week off. Safety car is in, so we'll just go it down here. No, but they shouldn't be side by side like that. Panda's really trying to instigate as... Well, we caught that. Alfie in the Ferrari. Kinda going wide. And almost hits the back of his teammate. That is not good. Just gonna watch from this POV here of Raiden. We're gonna hope Raiden, Barnesy, probably gonna have to work together as there's a crash right behind Guido. Slams into the wall. What is going on here, lads? Come on. This is a shambles at the back. An absolute shambles. One of the lads are, and everyone's going to get past Guido. They're all fighting. Panda and Woody, they're fighting. And it looks like Woody is just going to win that battle. Panda obviously probably going to just try a one-stop and taps round, and he gets tapped round by the Ferrari. What is going on, lads? Can you just keep it clean for more than a couple of corners? First, Guido almost crashes out, and now we've had the Haas hit the back of Sheriff Woody, Panda hitting the back of Sheriff Woody, then I believe Alfie hitting the back of Panda. And it's all just kicking off back here. Woody's now battling, got Quit Pig. Something's happened there. And meanwhile, the top four, they're just 4 seconds clear living life. 2 of them have to pit, 2 of them don't. DRS is now enabled. You get Alfie in the pits. Aaron picks up another 3-second penalty. Alfie will serve his 10-second penalty, so he'll be quite far back. Nafi, we haven't really seen much of him. He's all the way down in P15 after all this commotion. So he was another one that's been tapped, it looks like. Yellow flags here somewhere. Someone's done something. Doesn't look like anything. You got Aquila and Woody. They've now passed. Panda's lost connection again. Quick Pig picks up another 3-second time penalty in the Ferrari in P13. Everything's kicking off. Barnesy has a time penalty. Now what is Woody gonna do? Assuming you'd have to hope working with Aquila is the safest option. But the Alpines, we've actually kind of been quite fortunate in this scenario. P7, P8, finding their way out of trouble. They're not putting themselves in trouble, which is a good thing. As we're going to see, Chief is not going to try and move. One of the lads picks up 3 seconds. Cooper picks up another 3 seconds. Woody sets the fastest lap. And Barnesy, weirdly, lets the 2 cars faster than him go instead of trying to fight it. Weird, weird, weird. Well, he gives Mist and Azuma free reign at Raiden. Don't think it will take that long for the Red Bull to get past the Aston Martin. Meanwhile, you got Guido, one of the lads, Aaron, they're your closest on-track action. We're going to have a little look going into the deep. Oh, I was going to say he went deep into the long right-hander. Slowest corner of the track. Just before the long straight. Alpine switch over. Easy as you like. Just swapping places. Guido picks up the 3 seconds, so Chiz is now the only one in around P6 to P13. Doesn't have a penalty, and it's probably good news. Woody, he's catching Barnesy. Good for him, good for Mercedes. They need to get the points in. Especially with the championship challenger at the moment, all the way down in P14, not being able to do anything. Panda comes out ahead. Is he still ghosted? Yes, so that doesn't really matter. Is Guido gonna do anything? Could Nafi do anything now that Quit Pig has actually got DRS from Mr. Cooper? We've already seen a Ferrari and a Mercedes at war today. Raiden loses the lead. Mist is back up in the P1. Alpine switch over number 2. Going smooth. They're just now probably gonna start protecting the lead. Quilla has fallen back massively from Woody. Brian trying to stay with Chiz. That's another warning for sure. Where's Chiz? He's 1.1 seconds behind, that's where he is. Sitting in P10, just can't get DRS of the cars in front of him. Alfie's 23 seconds back from Nafi. Nafi can't really do anything, he's not going to be stuck in a DRS train for a while. Barnesy can't do anything. He's now falling into the hands of the Mercedes of Woody. And there's nothing he can do about it. Meanwhile, Raiden's already 1.5 seconds out of DRS from the race leader, Mist, and it's just looking like one-way traffic for the Red Bull reserve driver today. Breezy's probably signed another massive... As I fail to speak English, I meant to say Breezy's signing getting a huge sigh of relief for not just the first time this season, not racing, and he's not being punished. The rate everyone's going, he might still be leading after this race ends. Now Woody, this move could be vital to get to P3 in the constructors. And Barnesy ain't really gonna fight him, is he? Alternate strategy. Hasn't pitted. Woody has. And Woody just makes a simple pass. And he is through. 2P4. Aaron. Won the lads. Another switch. Guido can just time it right. He could try and get ahead of one of the Alpines. And it could be completely perfect for him. Chiz is not staying with that train whatsoever. Nafi's got past Quit Pig. That's the first bit of action he's been able to achieve in the last couple of laps. Just is very much struggling with this circuit. It's not the greatest for him. Every single bit of action seems to be dying down, which is unfortunate. We're going to sit on board the Sauber. Might as well sit on this close action. You got the two Alpines working together. Guido is probably looking to get past one of these Alpines this time around. Is he going to go for the move? No, he's going to think about it. Alpha picks up another 3-second time penalty. It's not been his day. And Guido decides not to pursue a move when he had the chance on one of the lads. Arn, another 3-second time penalty. That's 9 seconds for him. That is just not good news. What about Nafi? He did not get past Mr. Cooper. He is struggling around a track like this. Zuma's finally starting to catch Raiden on the fresher hards. He has lost over 4 seconds to missed. Goes deep, very deep in fact. That's hit a wall. That has to be wing damage. If that is not wing damage, he has gotten off very, very, very lightly. And it pretty much is no damage. I do not understand how he has somehow survived that contact without sustaining at least an end plate off his front wing. Willer is now gaining on Barnes. Aaron, he's now gaining with one of the lads and Guido on Aquila, which could be good news for the two Alpines, as obviously they do have the 3-second time penalty. Nafi finally up into P12, back into the points, and a long way off any sort of top 7 finish at the moment. Just has to go one at a time. Quit pigs in, set of mediums. 16 laps is enough for him on those set of hards. Comes out a couple seconds ahead of his teammate, and that could start triggering a lot of undercut strategies to go. What is Guido going to do this time? This is like a 10:30 Sheriff Woody 3-second time penalty. He's caught up to Suma obviously after that contact. Guido just doesn't seem confident going into that chicane, which must be quite frustrating to him because he does have the pace to get past one of the Alpines. He just can't get past the other, as they're slowly getting Aquila into this fight, which means Barnes is going to be into this fight slowly but surely. Really needs. What's the battery situation? Guido's just got so much battery. Really could try a move and get past both Alpines to then catch up to Aquila, but he's just not gonna do it. As Aquila again, no DRS. Basuma now cut back up to Raiden. UK Ryan with another 3-second time penalty. Nafi isn't gaining on UK Ryan either. He hasn't pitted as well. So, a lot of things are happening. The hards don't actually look like they're falling off that much. Actually, no, they do. Compared to 6th lap, old fresher tyres. So Guido, one of the lads, fighting. One of the lads is spun round, facing the other way, as Nafi comes into the pits. And what happened between them? They must have been side by side, must have made contact. But where did that contact occur? At least Guido's past one of them, as Raiden loses second place to Azuma. 6 seconds is pretty much your lead for Mist. And you're gonna have Raiden maybe think about a move. Is he gonna go into the pits? We do not know. Closing, closing, closing. You got Woody closing as well. Clean as you like. And Woody takes his opportunity very well. And is gonna get past the Aston Martin, or is he? Takes a lot of that curve into turn one. Fighting. A little bit of contact. Allows him to get through. And allows Azuma to get through as well. No. Azuma's got to wait a little bit longer. As Aquila finally catches up to Barnsley, and Nafi now picks up a 3-second time penalty. And he's also came out behind Quit Pig. Now ahead of Quit Pig in the Mercedes. It's Ray. Completely fine. Aquila must have spun. He just flicked over past him during that moment. As we're going to go up to Raiden, losing out. Is he going to fight this one again, or is he going to come into the pits? Gonna figure this one out. As of right now, there's no main fights. Aquila is probably the next one who can make a move. Raiden thinks twice. Aquila too far back to make a move. Guido comes into the pits, however, and Aquila picks up a 3 seconds for his troubles. Chiz looks like he could be finding his way quite nicely into a high points playing position. With Aquila on 13, Aaron on 9 ahead, Barnsley still has to pit. He could be looking at a P5 here if he just keeps it clean. Raiden's still with him. Not really any close battles. You got the lads all the way down to P11 now. He has caught Mr. Cooper. Gonna see how this battle goes. Guido goes for another set of hards. Interesting. Obviously, I don't think mediums would be the best tire over 15 laps, as that's Alfie. Losing it there might have been a little bit too deep. Not ideal for the man in the Ferrari. But Aaron, Barnsley's in the pits, that's why Aaron's got past. One of the lads trying to move, almost loses it. Ryan gets a 10-second time penalty. One of the lads makes contact with Mr. Cooper in the rear. Cooper sticking to his line. One of the lads cannot get past. Barnsley's now going to come out behind this fight. Now, is that why Cooper's been defending? If Cooper can just defend a little bit longer. Alfie, 10-second penalty. Speed in the pit lane. He is going to be your second retiree. I think that there was probably the nail in the coffin for the man in the Ferrari. Cooper finally loses out to one of the lads. But he needs to play this right. As his teammate got DRS, we won't know for certain, as there is Azuma into the pits. And Raiden. That is DRS for Barnsley. Cooper Killer has it. Aquila's now in. Alfie is left. He has retired. Cooper picks up 3 seconds as one of the lads pits. But Barnsley should be allowed to get past. Why? It's confusing strategy. Aaron's in P3, Chiz P4. Now, here's the question. Is any one of these guys in the top 4 going to stay out? Got a 6-7 second gap. Aaron's up to P3 so far. Yep. He is on 16 lap old. Hards, he does have 9 seconds though, so that will slow him down. Nafi's recovered, back up to P9. Barnesy, he's like 6-7 seconds off of this man in the McLaren. Mr. Chiz Pross, who hasn't picked up a penalty so far, and is one of 4 drivers not to do so. The other 3, 2 who've just overtaken him, and the race leader who is just miles out ahead in mist. He's 11 seconds ahead of Woody. I think he's still 4 or 5 seconds ahead of Azuma. Question is though, does he need to pit? Is he going to pit? Chiz might have to pit just due to the tire wear. We will see what happens over these next 12 laps. I think Chiz might be safe for pitting, making a couple mistakes with the worn hard tires, which is not ideal. Just sit on board with Raiden actually, who is now fully behind Azuma, on the same age of tires, different compound of tires though, for these final 10 to 12 laps even, moving on to 11 laps for them, as they now enter lap number 25, past 2/3 of race distance, picks up the fastest lap as well. Chiz dives into the pits, should come out, will come out quite far behind unfortunately for the man in the McLaren, of a lot of people who have penalties, which is not the greatest. Barnesy, another 3-second pen. We're going to have a look at the pens here. So one of the lads on 16. Chiz just came out behind him. Then you have Guido on 3. UK Ryan on 16. Quick Pick on 6. Cooper on 9. Barnesy on 6. You got Nafi on 3. If Chiz can play this right, he can pick up a top 6. Without a question. Question is, can he catch up to Aaron and all with these big gaps in front of him? Gonna suspect that Alpine of one of the lads definitely has to defend to keep his teammate ahead, who is on 18 lap old hards, and he won't be going that fast. Right in another fastest lap. Not the greatest, not the worst. He's pulling away. I don't know why I said those combination of words. He's doing quite well. He's pulled away from Azuma after Azuma passed him on the better tires at the time. Nafi's not having a race to remember. Chiz looks like he's lost all his pace in that McLaren. And speaking of Raiden, ahead of Aaron and Azuma now picks up his first 3-second time penalty. We're now down to 3 fully clean drivers. Is Panda in the session? No. So 3 full clean drivers just driving on, no penalties. They're doing completely fine. One's out in the lead, one's in 3rd chasing down Sheriff Woody. He only has a 3-second time penalty. And the other is Chiz, who could finish on decent points if he starts to pick up the pace quite nicely here. So just gonna have a little look in the race director in terms of just lap times between Woody just recently. 16.1 was his last lap. Raiden's last lap was a 13.8. It was an invalidated lap as well. So he did pick up a warning. So he's like 3 seconds quick. He's like almost 3 seconds quicker than Woody. He's gonna catch him in no time. Which is not good news for the Mercedes driver. Chiz is now caught up to that whole train of Guido in up to P8. If he wants Aaron and Barnesy, let's say, he's gonna need to pick up that pace a hell of a lot quicker, because Aaron has 9, Barnesy has 6. So he's still probably a good 10-15 seconds behind, which is not ideal. We're going to switch to the McLaren. He's got Cooper Killer right in front of him. He's on 21 lap old. Mediums. And that's probably the safest move he had to do. But he is 3.6 seconds behind all these cars, which is not good news for him. Speaking of this train, this is the closest on-field action. UK Ryan, Quit Pig, won the lads, and Guido looks like he's just pulling away from this entire train. Quit Pig does not have DRS, and he doesn't. Oh no, he still will have P9 for one more straight. Will he get DRS for the next one? Doesn't look like it. So no P9. Maybe Quitpig can do something miraculous here to defend his position from 2 charging drivers, 1 in a Haas, 1 in a Williams, one in an Alpine even, never mind. It's gonna be the Alpine driver. As Nafi delves into the pits. It's quite a weird strategy pitting on 9 lap old mediums. He's gonna pit again for another set of mediums. And I'm now just confused as one of the lads picks up another 3 seconds, hits the curb, almost loses the car. Chiz just is not quick enough as of right now to gain any places. A reminder, 6 seconds, so he is at the moment P7 bound, I believe. Just P7 bound. Does need to pick up the pace a bit. He looks a bit far for getting Aaron and Barnesy. Especially with Barnesy being on the medium compound tyres. Aaron is on the hards, but he is on 22 lap old hards. So we could catch him with all those penalties, the 9 seconds. Mist is just non-existent. Woody is now only slowly being caught by Raiden. He's only lost 4 or 5 seconds over the last 5 laps. It's not the worst, which is nice to go. So we are trying. It's one of the lads. Quit Pig fighting. I was not paying attention. One of the lads must have just sent it. Quit Pig tried to fight it, and the Alpine muscles his car through. No, the Ferrari has the DRS, has the slipstream. He's gonna go for the move, sends it. Both cars pretty much off the track. UK Ryan sneaks in, and look who's in the background. Chiz is now entered the fight. UK Ryan, nice movement on the inside. Quit is gonna try and fight this, but without the DRS, he surely should not get back past. We're gonna watch this from the McLaren's POV. Almost 3 wide. Turns to 2 wide. One delves into the bits. And the other two stay out on track. Barnesy isn't catching Aaron by that much at all either. Aaron could secure P9 finish if he is clever, or P6 finish even, if he's clever enough. And Nafi spun it. His day is just not being that great one bit in that Mercedes. His worst track, it looks like, of the season so far. And it looks like he will not be capitalizing on his opportunity to go to the top of the Drivers' Championship today. One of the lads, he's dropped back. Chiz has now dropped back as well. Aaron picks up another 3 seconds. So if we figure the math out here, he is at least... he's at least 20 seconds ahead of Chiz, who's the only guy behind him with no penalties. So there is a possible chance that he does end up in P10, depending on everyone else's penalties behind him, which is good for him against UK Ryan and one of the lads. Chiz can hurry up. He could just try and catch Aaron, but in 4 laps, looks like the task is fully impossible now, as Chiz really needed to be ahead of Ryan and one of the lads, and probably right behind Guido at this current stage of the race. But closer action behind. This will be for the final points paying position of today's race. Nafi, Cooper and Quit Pig. A Mercedes, a Ferrari and a Williams. Not fighting for the win, but fighting for the wooden spoon in terms of points. Which is a big contrast for Nafi. Cooper Killer seems to be struggling. 4-lap old softs, so the softs must die out pretty quickly. Quit Pig straight on through. Now looks to maybe try and get one chance to overtake Nafi and take 1 point for Ferrari, and a much needed point indeed for the battle for 3rd place in the Constructors against Mercedes. Jeez, he's just not going quick enough. We got Barnesy now finally has caught up to Aaron. Cooper another 3 seconds. Braden's caught up to Woody. I don't think Woody's going to fight that one too much with 2 laps to go. Now what is Barnesy going to do? Is he going to sit behind? Or is he just going to go for the move? If he fights this, it could allow Guido and Ryan to catch up, but I think he's just going to stay behind. He knows the best he can get is P5. Gonna play it smartly, as we now see Raiden doing the same thing, not passing Woody. Could allow Insuma to catch up as well. One of the lads gets close to Ryan. Nothing, as Ryan picks up another 3 seconds. It's over 20 seconds for Ryan today, I believe. And it is just not been a lot of people's days in terms of no track limit warnings whatsoever. Barnesy onto the grass, loses the car. Raiden's up to P2. We're on to the final lap. Somehow, this race has decided it wanted to be very quick after that safety car. It looks like Chiz. Best position is P7, and he is not inside that window. He has to push now if he wants P7 this race. Did anyone else get penalties? Zuma got a 3-second time penalty. That's not good for his quest to be on the podium today. Yellow flags, I think that's just Cooper slowing down. He must have made a mistake. He's slowing down. And he's probably... No, he's not going to let himself be lapped. The Red Bull wins the race in pretty dominant fashion. No one near him. The closest challenger is Raiden 15 seconds, well 14 seconds back. You got Woody and Zuma. They stay in 3rd and 4th respectively. Next you've got Little Aaron, who will not finish P5 because of his extent of penalties. And Barnesy will take P5. But I believe Aaron will take P6, if I'm not mistaken. Guido across the line, P7. Ryan won the lads. Lose out to Chiz, who will gain to P8. 1.7 seconds behind Guido. Nafi P9. Aquila P10. Then you have Quitpig. Then you have Panda dead last, but he was AI most of the race. And Koopa Killer will finish the entire race in P14. Chaos. A lot of action. And then the final 10-15 laps. Nothing very interesting happened one bit. The man in the Red Bull, in quite dominant fashion, wins today's race with Raiden in P2, Woody in P3. Aston extend their lead in the championship. And then, I believe, Woody will gain a couple places. It helps Mercedes in the constructors very much. I believe they now hold P3. And it is perfect. Nafi, seen that one, Nafi and Aquila.